So today we're doing a project. We're going to move this rock around in this parking lot and driveway area, and we're going to smooth it all out with our box claw spreader. So stick around. So there's a couple different steps to this job. The first one is going to be to use this bucket and scoop up this rock mixture and kind of dump it around in this general area. I'll also be using the bottom of the bucket to smooth the rock out a little bit. And then after we get that done, we'll move on to the box spreader. Now, I don't know if you can tell from this video, but the rock that was here before is more rocky. It's mostly loose rocks. There is some sand that was in with it, or whatever they call this, real fine mush. But it's mostly settled to the bottom. And this new rock, like I was saying, is more mush and less rock. So it's kind of a little bit different mix this time. So what I'm gonna do is, after I get done dumping and spreading some more rock out more evenly instead of just this big pile, then I will flip these little hooks around. I wasn't planning on doing this, but it's okay. It's something else I can show you how to do. So I'm gonna flip these little hooks around to where they're down underneath pointing forward instead of backwards. And they will dig in through the rock and kind of mix it all together. And then I'll use the box spreader to smooth it out like I was planning on. So I'm gonna take a little quick break, and then I'm gonna come back out, finish spreading this rock, and get it all mixed up together and smoothed out. Okay, so I got that rock pile spread out. Just kind of clumpy. I moved it around some of the lower spots, some of the spots where the weeds were poking through. I kind of blended in down to the road and around the driveway a little more. Now, like I said, since these two rocks don't really match perfectly, and it's not just the color, that's just because this new rock is a little damp and the old rock is more dry. That's why they're different colors. But I'm gonna mix all this in together, mix it all up so it's all just one blend. And I'm gonna do that using these claws. So first I'm gonna have to pull the pin, pull this little release, and then pull the pin. I'm gonna take the claw up out of it and then stuff it up in from underneath facing forward so that it claws through the gravel. And this is kind of a two-handed job, and I also need to turn the tractor on to raise this implement up so that I can get those hooks under and cock it at the right angle. I want it to be cocked slightly forward like this, and I do that by adjusting this right here. I'll show you once I get it up in the air and it's running. So this box spreader is actually doing two things at once. It's clawing up the underneath substrate, or old rocks, with the claws, and it's also spreading it nice and smooth so that there's no hills and bumps like this, but rather just a smooth swipe. And I'll show you how it does that by putting the camera looking down into the box while it's grinding. So we've got all this ripped, mixed together. New rock, old rock, all that's all mixed together. And it's kind of smooth, but it could be smoother. So what I'm gonna do is, this box has been tilted a little bit forward to be able to have these claws digging in. I don't want it to dig in with the claws or with this front blade anymore. It's also been digging in, as you saw in the box video. Now what I want to do is I want to use this back edge, tilt the whole thing back a little so that back edge just kind of slides like a squeegee along the rocks. The claws are up out of the way. This blade is going to get tilted up out of the way so it's not digging in anymore. But this time we're just going to be spreading it smooth, like butter. So I'm going to go ahead and tilt this down, and then I'll show you that. Okay, so that's done. We're done for today. Got the last pile of rock put on the driveway parking lot area, and I smoothed it out all the way down to the road, out the end of the driveway there. So we got a fresh layer of rock. It'd be a lot nicer to drive in and out of. And I cleaned up the edge by the road too. So there was a lot of grass and stuff trying to come in on the ends there. I got that all freshed up and we're ready to go. So I'll go up here and show you a before and after picture. I think I was standing up here before. Now this is a concrete slab, so we have to leave that alone. And there's actually blacktop underneath here. So I had to be really careful when I was smoothing this to not dig in and tear up the blacktop. So I've got that all smoothed around all the way on out to our parking lot area. We are eventually thinking about putting up a carport down here on the end, but that'll be another day, another project. So let's go ahead and give you those before and after pictures. So here's what it looked like before. And here's what it looks like now. So this was a different kind of video than we usually do. I don't usually do tractor work on videos just because it's stressful. And we just got this tractor not too long ago, so I haven't really had a chance to do tractor videos. But this is a pretty easy job, straightforward. So thanks for following along. Y'all have a good one.